disconnected.
Is the Honda CRF250L fast enough? Well, that's a big question because depending on what you're talking about, you know, it's fast enough for the highway, fast enough in the woods. You know, gearing it down is going to help it in the woods. Gearing it up helps it on the highway as far as top end, but you still got to have enough power to pull them gears. But I have noticed on my CRF250L, this is a 2018, that the biggest deal is with the CRF250L is keeping it in the power band, in the where it really wants to run, and that's about 6,500 RPM. You can see right now I'm at 5,000 RPM. When I get to 6,500 RPM, that's when it wants to really get up and go. So if you run it through the gears, keep your RPMs above 6,500 to set about 7,000 is a good number. 7,000, and then this thing will actually crank on pretty good. It's not like near as doggy. If you just try lugging it around here, it feels like, you know, it feels gutless, but you know, keep the RPMs up. It actually will move on pretty good. So I've had this one up, my max speed was about 84 miles an hour. And that's with stock gearing. Right now I do have the stock gearing on. I have the 1440, 14 front, 42 rear for this test, so I can see how good it runs with the stock gearing, which is pretty good. In the woods you would need a lower gearing, of course, but you can use this as long as you're just trail riding, it's fine. But if you go to big hill climbing and stuff like that, a lot of slow and ledge rocks, and you'll want some lower gearing. But if you'll keep the RPMs up on the 250L, it's plenty fast enough. It'll run 70 mile an hour out on the highway. This one does, just no problem. 65, 70, no problem. And you're not actually redlining until you get to 10.5. You can see the three red dashes. That's in the red line. So before that, you're actually good. You're not redlining it. You're not overwinding the engine. As you can see here, we're doing 7 grand. We're doing 69 miles an hour. And I am on kind of an uphill grade here. We're doing 70 right now, and that's at 7 grand. It's a slight uphill grade right here. Not a lot, but just enough. It wants to stay around 70 miles an hour. So if we turn around up here and go where it's a slight downhill grade, we should see a pretty good improvement on our top speed. We'll go up here and turn around. I wanted to give you the speed and the RPM at that speed so you kind of get an understanding. We're just doing about 71, 72 right now, RPMs, and about 70 miles an hour. We'll go ahead and turn around right here. And go downhill. Like I say, this is not much of a downhill. It's just a gradual little grade here. And there's a cop. So it's all good. Now we're doing about 6,500 RPMs, and we're doing 63 miles an hour, and that's actually just as smooth as can be. It's not overwinding or nothing at all. There's 65 miles an hour. There's another cop. You gotta be kidding me. We'll wick it up now after we're past the cop. Hopefully they don't have a rear radar. Okay, there is 8 grand and we're doing 75, and it's still not bad. I mean, it's not overwinding the engine at all. Yeah, the RPMs is up there, 76. So on this road here, because it's not long enough, or you know, I can't get a real good top speed. But this video is not about top speed. It's just about, is the bike fast enough? 70 miles an hour down the highway, this thing just cruises. It's not a problem at all. 75 is not a problem. I would say 80 for a long period of time. I don't know if that'd be too much, but I don't actually think it would hurt it because the RPMs are not high enough. You still get up 80, you're running about 8,000, 8,200 RPMs. And we're a long ways from our 10.5 red line, so that's not bad at all. This thing, like I say, if you're just shifting gears like there, it's kind of doggy. It's because I'm not in the power band. If I was to get this thing up to, you know, $6,000, above $6,000, between 6 and 7, that's where it wants to get on the pipe, and it actually runs pretty good. And people say that the 250L won't do wheelie stock, but they will. I mean, it's not a problem doing a wheelie on a 250L. That was second gear, actually, taking off. A lot of it's the body English and the clutch. I'm in second gear right now. I can probably just kind of bounce it up maybe. That's second gear right there. No problem at all, and that's not from a dead stop. I did drop the clutch. I didn't just bounce it up, but it's kind of hard to do it without giving it some clutch. But it will. I have stood up, bounced it, and when it comes off of the rebound and pull up, and I can bring it up on a wheelie in third gear, and that's stock as a rock, stock gearing. But 250L has more power than you think. You just got to know how to use it and practice riding the bike and practice wheeling. Don't be slipping the clutch. Let out on that clutch when you want to bring it up. You slip it a little bit till you get the feel of clutch dragging, and then drop it out and bring it up on a wheelie. But scoot your seat back. Be sure to always have your right foot on the brake pedal, and if you get too high, you can always hit that brake pedal and bring yourself back down instead of going over backwards. So that answers the question for me. Is the Honda CRF250L fast enough? Well, heck yeah, it is. It's plenty fast for highway riding, and you know, I wouldn't want to get it out on the interstate and 100 trucks out there doing 85 miles an hour trying any of that, but it's plenty good. I have rode 75 miles an hour with my wife on here, both of us, on the highway, and it'll do it. You know, it takes a little while to get there, but it will do 75 with 2 up. And then I weigh 235, so this is also, this demonstration was a 235-pound rider, stock gearing. I'm a 42 rear, 14 on the front. That's stock gearing, and at a wheelie, it'll do 75, 80 miles an hour. So, it's plenty. It's all about them RPMs. Keep the RPMs up. Let's do the run. Thank y'all for watching Woodzman Adventures. Click the thumbs up. Don't forget, it's real important. I know a lot of you don't, but please do that for me. It helps me in the rankings. Subscribe to my channel if you're not. You want to listen or see more 250L stuff, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Right on.